I don't want to bring this up, but if everyone was critical of Jaclyn Hill with her launch of her lipsticks and everyone was, you know, going nuts about that, this is having the same exact problem. Hi guys, I hope you're all having a wonderful day and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the new Rare Beauty from Selena Gomez. I was not planning on buying this collection. I did not get in PR. I literally went out and bought everything that I'm showing you guys today. I actually watched a review from Sydney Black and then one from Samantha Ravindal and one from I Am Karen O. And I really appreciated all their insight and I feel like they were pretty similar in some ways on what the products that they liked a lot, and the things that they were saying about it really interested me and I wanted to try it, especially like the foundation. It just seemed very different, some other things on the market, so there was a couple things I wanted to try. There was also some things I chose not to buy after watching their videos. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys today. I wanted to show you guys what it looks like and I wanted to give you guys my opinion on the new Rare Beauty. So I hope you guys are excited for today's video and let's jump into it. Let's check out what I got. So excited. Literally just came back from the store, haven't even opened anything. Very excited. Those are my receipts. So starting off with the primer. I also love the packaging. I feel like packaging shouldn't matter that much. I feel like it should be all about the product, but I do think it's pretty cute. So this is the primer. Just gonna rub that in with my hands. Oh, that looks nice. Oh yeah, that looks really pretty. So right off the bat, I feel like it did add a luminous look to my skin. I feel like I look very glowy. It doesn't look super like glittery or anything like that. It just looks like a glow from within. And I absolutely love how this looks. I think for me personally, especially just because of the T-zone area, I would probably, if I were just doing a normal makeup look, I would still probably use my hourglass, like just right in my T-zone, and then maybe go on top of this where like the high points of my face are, like my cheekbones. But I love how this looks and I think it's super pretty. And honestly, like I'd be fine leaving the house just wearing this in my brows. Also love how this looks. I think it was so cute. I just love the shape of it. This is really soft actually. Pretty dense, it looked dense. I didn't expect it to be this soft though. Obviously there's no way for me to really fully explain that, but I really love the way this looks. And I love the weight in my hand too. I feel like it feels like pretty luxurious. Again, these are things that I previously did not care about makeup, but now that I've spent like years doing this and like observing like other brand launches, honestly, I think it's just because there's been so many brands launching recently, like influencers launching brands, celebrities launching brands, that I feel like we've all gotten a little bit more like particular or just observant when it comes to like, oh, like I noticed that this brush like is shaped this way or had like it feels a certain way. Those are things I feel like I would have never cared about before, but now I do. Oh, you know what? It looks super interesting. Huh. It looks like almost like oily or watery. It seems like it's super watery. That's interesting. Okay, I'll do this quick. I think that should match. If anything, it might be a shade too dark, but I was doing the best I could in Sephora. What was interesting is I did the Sephora test online to see which shade I would be, and they said I'd be Selena's shade, which is I think 250N, 250W. And then looking at it, I was like, I don't know, it seems pretty warm. And so I actually just, you know, from my experience working at Sephora years ago, kind of just judged it myself and figured, oh, that's why. Darn it. This is 270N, not 210N. That's why it looked, well, okay. Darn it. I guess I got the wrong one. This would be more my summer shade. That is interesting because this was in the 210N spot at Sephora and this is 270. Oh no, it's definitely too dark. Oh, I'm so bummed. Darn it. Well, this is more my summer shade, so, but I guess now I know. I did think the 210N would be a perfect match. This just looks a little bit dark for me. Oh, what a bummer. But this brush is blending this in so nicely. It just covered all my dark spots from my acne up pretty quickly and pretty easily. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is not the right shade. Whoopsies. This does match though my forehead pretty well because I do get pretty tan in the summer. So this would probably be more like my summer shade. Like it matches my forehead really well, just down here not so much. Okay, so right off the bat, I can see what they were saying about this foundation and just the way it looks on the skin, the way it feels. I think it was, oh, I can't remember who it was. It might have been Karen, it might have been Sydney. One of them said, you know, it was Sydney. She says that she couldn't even feel it on her face. And that's so true. It just feels so lightweight. It doesn't even feel like you're wearing any makeup at all. It feels really nice, and it is pretty liquidy, so that could be why it's super lightweight. But I would agree, it's more like a medium coverage. You can still see some of my dark spots, but definitely helps out with it a little bit. Oh, I should have tried it without the primer too, because part of me is like, how much is this the primer coming through? Like the shine of it or the dewiness, and how much of it is actually the foundation. But I love how natural this looks. I think it looks absolutely stunning. It's not super full coverage, but I feel like, again, it does look very natural, and I feel like it looks a lot like my skin. And I do love that it does have some of like the luminousness of it. That's not a word. The dewiness of it. It still has like a luminosity. Just not the right shade. That's just my fault. I should have looked. Next, we have the Liquid Touch Concealer. This one, they did not have the right shade for me. I got something I felt like would be the closest, and this is 180W. This actually might be too light, especially since this is like better of a match than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be totally off since I was supposed to get the 210 one, and I got 270. Open. Ha. There you go. Yay. And this is just basically like the mini version of the foundation brush. I feel like it feels the same. It looks pretty much the same, just a smaller version. So it'll be interesting to see how light this is on me, because it was already not the right shade. It was a little bit lighter. They didn't have my correct shade, so we'll see how this looks on me. I'm gonna pop this on. Oh yeah, that's a little too much. Whoopsies. You know what? It's hard out here when you can't swatch things and know how they're gonna look on your skin. So I'll start buffing this in. Oh. Wow. Okay, I really love these brushes. This is like super light, and it just buffs things in. I bet this would be really good for a nose contour brush. Wow. Okay, so what's interesting is normally when I do any sort of like applying any sort of foundation, concealer, anything to my nose, it always breaks apart. Even when I have the Hourglass primer underneath, I feel like if it just moves it around and you can really see things. This really isn't moving it. I don't know if it's I think it's the brush, but that's really impressive, because normally I have to use a beauty blender and really push it in so that way it doesn't move. But this is really doing a nice job. I really do think this would be really great as a nose contour, because if you get some, I'm gonna try that afterwards. And just kind of like pat that into the sides, because I think that would look really nice. So I'm just kind of pressing that and hugging it up to my under eye area. So with this, a little bit goes a long ways. It's actually a lot thicker than the foundation. The brush does a really good job though, because I feel like with other brushes, when I do concealer, sometimes it just moves it around. But this does seem like it's actually blending it in. So overall, I think I'm the most impressed with the brushes. I don't think anyone, at least because like in the videos I watched, I don't think any of them really talked much about the brushes or say anything about the brushes like revolutionary. And I really like the way these are applying my makeup. I don't know if you can see that, but even like up close, it just like looks really smooth. I'm impressed. I mean, I'm not surprised. They all said great things about it. But that's the foundation. I think it looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of bronzer really quick. I'm using the Fenty Beauty, this is their Cheeks Out Cream Bronzer. And I really wanna try it with this brush. I think that would look really good. Just really want to try out the brush. Wow. This looks so nice. Yeah, these brushes are really nice. Wow, these brushes work really well. This looks so nice. This looks so natural. I'm just blown away, honestly, by the brushes. Look how smooth that looks. I'm so glad I got these brushes. I was like on the fence about it because I have so many brushes already. I'm like, do I really need more brushes? Yes, you do. That looks really nice. And it has nothing to do, well, I do love this bronzer, but I think it has everything to do with the brush. That looks so nice. Wow. I just love makeup. So great. Okay, so next I'm gonna try the blush. Yeah, that's what we're doing next. We're doing the blush next. So doing the blush. This is the blush. I don't even know if this is gonna show up on me, to be honest. I was worried about that. I was like, will this even have any color on me? I know it definitely will in the winter time, but right now, I have no idea if this will show up on me. I also really do love, I mean, besides the fact that she thought about making it easier for people to open the packaging, I really do love the look of it. I just think it looks so sleek, and yeah, I just really love it. So I think for this, they said it dries quickly, so I'm just going to do one side first. I think it was pretty pigmented too. So I'm gonna do a couple dots like that, and I'm going to just, oh, yep. Super pigmented. Never mind, I was gonna do one side first, but it seems like I just got too much. So use a little bit, even of this color. I feel like I could have used a lot less. Actually, I think I like it. It gives a really nice, like, flushed look. I do actually like that. It is pretty subtle. I don't even know if you guys can even see it. In person, it looks darker than it does on camera. And it is pretty matte. Like, I feel like other blushes, when I apply them with a brush or something like that, I feel like they just kind of match whatever's underneath. I feel like they're not like this matte. Like, this definitely is pretty matte. But I do feel like it's balanced with some of the dewiness as well. So I'm interested. I kind of like this. I do feel like it would look darker too when I am lighter in the wintertime as well. So the product that I am the most excited about, or was the most excited until I touched those brushes, is this lip balm that seemed pretty expensive. Oh, this is cool. It's like flat, but it's like it would sit flat like that. That is cool. Oh, this is a pretty color because it looked really pigmented on everyone. It looked a lot darker than you would have guessed, and I really loved the way it looked too. It looked very hydrating, so I'm very excited to try. This is, again, Praise. And you know what? It totally reminds me of, I think, Bite. I think Bite has, it smells like the same fragrance I think that Bite uses. Maybe it's not Bite, but there is a brand that uses like a very similar fragrance to this. Interesting. Huh. So, I don't even want to bring this up. I know we all were, I mean, I don't want to bring this up, but I know, you know, everyone was critical of Jaclyn Hill with her launch of her lipsticks, and everyone was, you know, going nuts about that. This is having the same exact problem. I still really like it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but there's holes I'm getting now in the lipstick, and there's also a lot of like scratches off the top of it. I wonder if I do. Let me get rid of the scratches, but it definitely does have some holes. I'll take a picture of it and show you guys. I'll put it on the screen. It does have some holes in it that weren't there when I first put it on, and they're not really going away. So, and there definitely are scratches across it, just like the lipstick. You know what? That was the fragrance I think it reminded me of, was Jaclyn's lipsticks. I wonder if she used the same company. Huh. Wouldn't that be interesting? If she used the same manufacturer, that would be very interesting. Yeah, they kind of have the same fragrance. Interesting. Might be just hypothesizing something that's not true, but who knows. This does look pretty pink though. I think I should have tried the other one that was like a more of like a taupey nude color. I think I would have liked that better with this. This does look pretty pinky. I mean, this looks like great for spring. This is definitely not a fall look. What I'm going to do actually is try out the new Patrick Star popper I got. This is called Let's Pump, number 5. I'm gonna pop this on my eyes as like a little topper. It's actually really pretty by itself. It's a little more sheer than I thought it would be. The Stila ones are just straight up just glitter. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot to use a setting spray. There we go. Setting spray that's very dewy looking. This might help with the blush actually, so we'll see. I didn't put on any powder, but I feel like the concealer dried down pretty well. Like it doesn't feel super like tacky. Like when I blended it out, it's really great. So I don't think I would even need a powder with this. So I'll go ahead and use, ooh, it smells really good. Oh yeah, that looks really nice. That definitely helped with the blush. I think that looks great. I love this. Okay, so now we are all done. That is everything. So some final thoughts on everything I just used and tried on. Okay, so hopping back on, wanted to give a quick update on the lip thing, lip gloss, whatever it is, lip balm. I'm actually gonna return it. I don't ever do that, but I am, because I really didn't like, I took it off because I did not like the texture on my lips. It felt like it was weirdly drying them out. It didn't feel hydrating. It felt like they were getting like crepey, and it was just very weird. I don't think my lips are like that dry or anything, but I was literally getting the same issues that people have with Jacqueline's lipsticks, which actually I didn't have with her lipsticks, but the same issue that people were saying, like with them getting like holes in it, and then it also like kind of scratching. I did get a little scratching with some of my lipsticks from her, but I had the same problem with this, where I felt like it just wasn't really that great. So just as a heads up, really actually didn't like the one I got, which is sad because I was really excited about that the most. I don't know if it's the formula or whatever, but it just, after wearing it for a little bit, like I was wearing it for a good like half an hour or so, and I just really didn't like it. So I'm gonna return it because I just really didn't like it, and 16 bucks for lip balm is a lot. So anyways, just want to give the update because I was surprised that no one else really mentioned that, and I will also include the pictures I took of it because you can see clearly like the holes in it, and it's literally just reminds me of Jacqueline's lipsticks. So sorry to say that, but everything else I really liked, and I'll be keeping. Just that one thing I wasn't really a fan of. So, where do I want to start? I definitely think the foundation is the most revolutionary, in the sense that I don't really feel like I've tried anything like that recently, similar to that, and I really love that. I love the coverage of it. I love the feel of it. I love the way it looks on my skin. I have nothing negative to say about the foundation. I think it's really great, and it does have so many different shades that luckily you guys will probably be able to find a shade that matches you. Just double check and make sure it's the right one, because this was $270, not $210. But I really do love that foundation, and that is pretty true to what all three said in their reviews. They all said they really liked the foundation, even if the shade didn't match. They really liked the way it looked and wore. I will say that none of them I feel like really gave the brushes the accolades I feel like they would deserve. I really love these brushes. I love the feel of them. They're super soft, and I feel like they blended things so much better than other brushes or sponges have for me. Like even like underneath my eye, I typically struggle there and around my nose area. And even using it for bronzer, even though they didn't have a bronzer in this collection, I feel like these worked really well. I love the shape of them. I love the way they look. I just think they're so beautiful. So I would say my top 3 favorites are these 3. I also do like the primer too. It'd be interesting to try the foundation without the primer and see how much of it is the primer that's working. Like if it's a combination, or even if the foundation still looks just as like dewy without the primer. I think the primer is still showing through, but I think it looks beautiful, and I don't even think I like need a highlight. I know they have a highlight in the collection. I haven't heard the best things about the highlight. I'm kind of glad I didn't get that, because I think that plus the setting spray just looks really nice, and there's still a nice glow going on. You know, I'm surprised, but I'm not, the longer I'm wearing this, I'm not really a fan of the smell or the taste of this chapstick or this balm. The color's pretty, but it is interesting. It's doing the pilly thing, and it's kind of making the holes are showing up like the Jacqueline Hill lipsticks. The blush, I do like the blush. I think it looks a lot better once I applied the setting spray. Typically that's what I do, though. I do use setting sprays like this, like the MAC Fix Plus, just to kind of melt everything together, especially because I do usually use powders to set my makeup. And once it's all done, I don't want to look that matte. And so I will go back in at the very end and use a setting spray just to kind of like melt everything together. And I feel like that did a great job. I do like the setting spray a lot. I don't know how well it would do to like make my makeup last all day long. I'd have to like try that out and see, but I do feel like just doing it right away and seeing how it melted my makeup together, I think it looks really nice. I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you guys are interested in the brand, I know there's so many YouTubers coming out with videos right now that mine will just probably get thrown in the mix, but I did buy all these products, and so I feel like I have that aspect of just, I mean, all the videos I watched were very honest about what they liked and what they didn't like, but as someone who purchased the products, this is what I chose to purchase and why, and there's certain reasons why I chose not to get other products. I just didn't think I would need them. And if I were to purchase everything again, I do think I would get the foundation again. I do think I would still get the brushes. The concealer was really nice. I'd have to wear it for a while and check. I would also like to get my shade. This was a little bit lighter than my shade. But I think those are the things that I would probably purchase again. The blush is unique. I just think for me, applying blush, like traditionally a powder blush, is a lot easier. So I don't know if I'd want to take the effort into applying this every single time with my hands. I also wasn't super crazy about some of the other colors. And I honestly probably wouldn't get the lip balm again, which is really sad because I was looking forward to that the most. Yeah, hope this was helpful for you guys in some way. Let me know if you guys are interested in buying from Rare Beauty. I was not planning on it at all. And then I watched a couple of reviews. I'm like, actually, that looks really good. So I was curious and I'm really glad I tried it. And I haven't really bought makeup recently. So this is the first review for me in a little while. And I hope you guys really liked it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day and I will see you in my next video. Bye!